Hey guys, Mike Lynch, and here we are with another video. Today's an important one. It's on fat loss and the rate that you should try and lose weight or body fat. Now before we get started, I want to just tell you we have the doors open. It's finally springtime and it actually feels like it in New York. Anybody that lives in the New York area knows that we got like dumped on with snow the first day of spring. So if you hear a truck go by or Mr. Rock barking at the mail carrier, just bear with us. Men, quick fashion tip. When you're in shape and you want to go out and look classy but not dressed down or dressed up, cashmere sweater, thin one. They have them like paper thin. Hug the body, make you look good. You see the physique, but it's not overly tight where you look like you're trying too much. So, and every woman loves a man in a cashmere sweater, believe me. All right, so let's get back to the important stuff, weight loss. I want to start here. I'm going to tell you guys a story. Actually, it's a story from a new client that I'm working with. And we'll get into that. And when clients come into me, you know, they're paying me to help them. They're not paying me to wow them with information, because a lot of them are business owners or they got 5 kids. And if you speak with big terms, like a lot of things you see on YouTube, people are looking to impress you with terminologies and data and stats and, you know, this case study and that case study. When you do that, you speak over the heads of people, and they don't want that. They don't want the nuts and bolts. There was one of my clients said to me once, "Don't tell me how the clock works, just tell me what time it is." So I'm gonna tell you what time it is, okay? I'm gonna tell you a story about somebody that I'm working with now that I told to them, and this person has been trying to lose weight pretty much his whole life. And he's got a pretty cool story. We're gonna get to that. But I'm gonna talk to you guys because more and more of you are joining. More and more of you are making comments, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, now the YouTube thing is growing, and I really appreciate it. So you guys are becoming a family too, because my clients are like my family. A lot of them are closer to me than some of my family. So I'm gonna teach and train and educate you guys just like I would the clients that pay me their hard-earned money. They're not here for big fancy terms and terminologies and studies. That is boring, and I gotta tell you, we're gonna do another video on studies, because somebody asked me about, I did a video on water about 2 weeks ago. Hopefully you guys watched it. If you didn't, go check it out. And somebody wrote a comment, it was nice, but there was a little edge to something he said. He kind of disagreed with what I said, and he said he would like to see the studies to back up what I was saying. Listen, you can find a study to validate anything that you want to believe in, whether you're a vegan, a carnivore, paleo person, whether you like yoga. You know, so many studies have come out. I'm 45 years old, so I've seen studies that came out that I latched onto that are dead and gone now. They actually got people sick, killed people. Look at fat, right? In the 90s, in the 80s, we avoided fat like the plague. Now we're putting fat all over foods like avocados. We've even found out that saturated fats have its place in its diet, in someone's diet. People putting butter back on their food. Okay, we're eating nuts and avocados and coconut oil. These are things, if you're young enough not to know this, that people would never eat because they thought they were gonna seize up their heart and be fat forever. So I'm not gonna sit here and do studies. And by the way, a lot of the people that throw you out studies, they look like they're pretty much just reading studies all day long. They always are covered up. They're never showing you their physique. They have their place, but you, and you are alone, are gonna be your own study, because you are unique. A trainer, whether it's me or somebody else or a nutritionist, can only give you information, and then you try that information. And if after a while it doesn't work, you throw it out and say, this doesn't work for me. It might work for my mom or my friend or my boyfriend, girlfriend, but it doesn't work for me. Now let me get some new information. And you compile different information, and over the months, years, you have information that works for you at this current time in your life. Because when somebody comes to me and I put them on a diet and I put them on an exercise program, do you think it's the same diet and exercise program I have them on a year later? Well, if it is, then they need to fucking fire me. Because if they're not better, stronger, leaner, faster, if they're not metabolizing more calories, then what have I done for this person other than steal their money? And if you notice, I don't have a gun or a ski mask. I'm not a thief, okay? I'm here to get you results and my clients results. So if you're on the same diet that you're on a year ago, or you started a year ago, you're fucked, because it means nothing's happened. You should be evolving, burning more calories, metabolizing more calories. So the studies, we're gonna talk about this. Take them with a grain of salt. Listen to your own body. Listen how you're sleeping, the bowel movements that you're having, the personality that you have. Are you happy? Are you singing, your favorite song when it comes on the radio? Are you so down because you're so low on calories? Or you haven't eaten carbohydrates because someone said that carbohydrates will kill you? There's carbohydrates back there. I eat them every day. So I'm going to tell you the story so you can make it applicable to you. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story, and it's going to be about weight loss, and it's going to make sense to you, I promise. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a story about a new client that I'm working with. And I'm going to tell you his story, but I'm also going to tell you a story about the story I told him about the question he asked me. I know it's confusing, just stick with me. This person has a really unique story, and it's a little bit sad. He's been struggling with his weight since he's a young guy. And in 2008, he ran into some financial hardships, and he almost lost everything he had. And he just packed on more weight to the tune of 465 pounds. He's morbidly obese. And he really has come to the end where he's like, it's life or death. His doctors have told him this. Ironically, weirdly enough, he's like a unicorn. His blood work, when I looked at his blood work, his blood work wasn't what you would think a 465 pound individual would have, but no one's healthy at that weight. And he's tall, and he's actually a very handsome guy. I can't wait to get this guy in shape. I'm gonna use a fake name also too, because everybody's information is private with me. This is a standard that I have. So he comes to me, and he actually called me. Someone had told him about me months ago, and he actually subscribed to my YouTube channel and watched me on Instagram, and he really liked my message. And he reached out to me one night, and I listened to what he had to say, and we interviewed each other. And he said, Mike, it's either you or surgery. And right there, my heart melted. And he said, I've tried so many different trainers and diets, and I've gotten to a point where I'm just thinking about going under the knife. And I always think that's a bad idea for anybody, because we'll get into that another time. And for someone to say it's either you or surgery is a huge honor. So I'm gonna call him Tom. This is not his name, but Tom, that's a huge honor. I know I've told you this, but anytime that somebody tells you that, like it's either you or surgery, it's huge. So he's coming in for weight loss, and obviously at 465 pounds, this man has a lot of weight to lose, okay? And we met, we did his diet or meal plan, and then we started him off with exercise. And surprisingly, this guy got through one of my workouts for 45 minutes, and we toned it down for him. But sometimes people come to me, they make it through 5 or 10 minutes, and they're only 20 pounds overweight. This man has a strong work ethic. He made it through 40 minutes of my workout, and I've worked with Marines, FBI agents, you name it, I've worked with them. So, about three sessions in, we're starting to build a relationship, and he says, Mike, how much weight can I lose next week? And sirens went off in my head. Now, this is the part where I educated him, and in telling you the story to him, I'm gonna educate you. I said, I forgot what I said I was gonna call him, but I'm gonna call him Tom, because that's not his name. I stopped and I said, hold on. I said, you're asking what I call a disempowering question. You're asking how much weight that you're going to lose next week. We might as well break ties now. And he looked at me, and this guy's like a sweetheart. He's like this gentle giant. He's probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. And he had a sad look, and I said, listen, you did not get into this situation overnight. You gained some weight, you stayed that way, then you gained more weight, and then to 2008, he told me he gained 90 pounds in 2008. And it's just gotten worse and worse. And this is where people either lose weight or gain weight. No one just goes from here to there. They go up and then they level off and they go up. We'll do another video about that. It's called homeostasis and set point and all these things. So, you know, I said, listen, you're going about this all wrong and you're paying me your hard-earned money. And if you're going to ask these type of questions, you're setting yourself up for failure. And he said, okay, Mike, I'm open to what you're saying. What do you mean? This particular person owns an electrical contracting business. I said, and he's very successful in that. He's got employees, he does commercial work. I said, I want to make a story. Now here, this is how I educate people on stories. This will make sense to you because if I throw terms out like glycogen supercompensation and, you know, whatever, you're going to be like, what the hell is he saying? So this makes sense. And I said it to him and the light bulb went off in his head. He actually got this big childlike grin. I said, okay, you're a successful electrical contractor, right? He said, yes. I said, imagine you're at a barbecue and your cousin comes up to you and he says, hey, Tom, I want to start an electrical business just like you. You know, how much money can I make? How much money can I make next month? What do you think I can make in a year? You would look to him, I hope, and say, listen, you are going to go into business and fail within the first year or two. And here's the reason why. You're focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on, if I start an electrical business, how much money can I make? That is not, and any entrepreneur or business owner that is watching this knows what I'm about to say. And if you're not, I'm going to educate you on something. When you focus on money, you will fail because people see through that shit. You cut corners, you skip things, you don't show up because the focus is on money. I said to him, and I'm educating him this, right, on this. I said, if you turn to your cousin and said, hey, listen, that's not the way you go about this thing. You can make as much money as you want. The sky is the limit because there's a lot of shit contractors out there. But I'll tell you what you do. You get yourself a great truck. You make that truck washed and waxed every week. You and your staff get a uniform that says, you know, Vito's Electrical. Okay? You get up, you get there on time. When if you're gonna get there at the job at 7 o'clock in the morning, get there at 10 to 7. If you say to the homeowner or the business owner, we're gonna stay until 5, stay until 5, and if they allow you, maybe stay a little bit later. And when you leave, you sweep up. Everything's tucked into the corner. The tools have a blanket over them so they don't have to see that shit. When you say you're gonna do something, you do it. When you put the screws in, they're straight. The wires are twisted and right. When the electrical inspector comes, he's like, who did this work? If you do that, you will make more money and have more trucks and more employees than you can deal with. You'll be throwing out numbers because you can't deal with the work. That's the way success looks. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like, and that's how you do it. And that's the way you do weight loss. So if you go in saying, how much money can I make? You're gonna fucking cut corners, you're gonna start a job, you're gonna get another deposit on another job, you're gonna start this job and that job's not gonna get finished, and you're gonna get a shit name for your company, and your electrical company will be out of business, and then you'll be selling wire nuts in fucking Home Depot. Okay? Weight loss is the same way. How do you lose weight? What is the rate that you lose? Everybody's different. Tom, he's got a lot of weight to lose. That guy goes on a diet and he starts doing the right thing, he's gonna lose a lot of what's called pitting edema, or edema, which is swelling and bloating of the body. He's gonna maybe lose 10, 20, 30 pounds. Maybe not in the first couple of weeks because he's totally radically changed his life. He went on a diet and he hired the best trainer in the world. Me. Just kidding, but maybe not. So he's gonna lose a lot of bloat in the beginning, but once that wave crashes and he becomes more healthy, here we go. 1 to 2 pounds a week, maximum. If you do more than that, and this, you can take the science and bet on it, you will lose something else. Bone, connective tissue, and muscle. the thing that you're going to work out and push to gain. You can't lose more than 1 to 2 pounds of body fat per week. End of story, period. Any bullshit shit that you see on TV, or do this, or cut this out, or count that, or track this, it's setting you up for total disaster. 1 to 2 pounds a week. The leaner and more fit that you become, the smaller that window becomes. When I lose weight, if I want to lose weight for a vacation or the summertime, maybe like half a pound every 2 weeks because I'm already lean. So somebody who's heavy, after that initial bloat goes away, 2 pounds maximum. Maximum. Did you hear me on that? Maximum 2 pounds. As you get more fit, less. If you have 10 pounds to lose, you want to maybe do a half a pound a week. There's going to be weeks where you don't lose, but you should average out to that. We're going to do another video about set point homeostasis, because people lose weight and then they stall out and they give up. Now there's going to be a lot of reasons, but sometimes it's your body making sure that you're not starving to death. That's another video for another time. So, quick weight loss, the springtime, the cashmere sweater, 2 pounds maximum. Anything that gives you more than that is either initial bloat, or you're starving to death and you're losing muscle mass and you're losing bone mass, and you will be skinny fat. I can open this refrigerator right now and give you a raw egg and give you salmonella poisoning. And I can make you lose 15 pounds in 3 days because you'd be puking and shitting. Okay? What do you think you're gonna look like? What do you think you're gonna feel like? You know a grape, right? It's a dehydrated raisin. You wanna look like a grape or a raisin? It's actually a title of a book that I might come out with. So, weight loss doesn't always mean that you look good naked or in a bikini or a bathing suit. 2 pounds a week, maximum. Tom, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited to work with you. I feel blessed that you chose me instead of surgery. I hope this made sense. Do you see how the science bullshit, but real stories? You tell real stories and people get real results. They say, holy shit, that makes sense. Don't focus on the money, focus on the quality of the work, and the money will come. If you go about things intelligently, you'll look smoking hot. Guys, that's it. This was a long video. I'm sorry. I hope you're entertained by it. I hope you learned from it. As always, click down there. Please subscribe, spread the word, and as always, check with your doctor, the guy with the stethoscope or the woman with the stethoscope, whether you should exercise or diet. I know they're gonna say yes, and just get that okay before you start anything, because your health is too important to screw around with, all right? Eat healthy, train right, sleep well, love yourself, love the people that you love, and everything is gonna be just okay.